Bonjour, mes amis, and welcome back to the Palace at Versailles, where we are pretty likely to be finishing out the game today. Really looking forward to seeing how this all pans out. Die. Très bien. Hello, chest. Qu'est-ce que c'est? Okay, some crafting materials. Where are we going? Not in there. Not through there. Huh. No. No. Huh. I was kind of expecting to have a route through. What? Yeah, can't get up there. Ah, is there a way up and over the wall over there? There is. I didn't even see it. Whee! And that is why the compass is actually a pretty good idea. Hold on. We have been spotted. You're gonna... Ow! Oh, you can clip through there. That's good to know. Fortunately, not both of you have done it, so I've actually got a bit of an advantage here. Ow, that knocked me out of my... selenite momentum. Oops. Right, this is going to be more difficult. Oh! Oh, they can parry that. Have some grenades. Just hit it straight in the shields. Because I don't think I've learned for this entire game. Right, there's a ballista boy over here. Compass. Yeah, that way. Ah, snap. Ballista Boy has doggies. Right. Yeah. I do like the fact that the burning continues even when they are frozen. It makes zero logical sense. Allée Royale. Ah. Petit Vestal. And open. Man, these chairs would all get absolutely ruined if it rains. What are these? Just statues. Maybe. I am kind of expecting a rehash of some of the earlier bosses. We may as well rest, hadn't we? Might as well get some extra power in. I find it very interesting that we've not really had to put much in health at all. I think that has contributed to that feeling of it being a less challenging Souls experience. That's a cool fountain. This area is a bit too big. Mind you, again, I suppose it is based on the real place. So they had to model the whole thing. Ooh, I missed. That was unexpected. It is a really nicely modelled place. Ah, I assume that on the roof is not actually on the roof of the Palace at Versailles. Yeah, I think that's just an automatic moving grass texture, isn't it? Shoot each other, why don't you? Oh, shoots. Speaking of shooting, interesting. They've got a reasonably short leashing range. No grabby. I assume he was going to grab me. Wow, that is so bright. Is that the edge of the map? And they've just made it really bright and foggy so that we can't see what's down there. Or is it just really bright? Anyway, I mean, it is quite bright, isn't it? I was going to say, how are we getting out of here? Busquet de théâtre. Oh. Hitching de théâtre. Lots of nice statuary. Hold on. Essence of a revolutionary spirit. Interesting that you can actually go through a lot of this. Kind of odd, actually, that they have modelled so much of that. Although maybe... yeah. Odd that they haven't... ooh. Stuttery. Odd that they haven't put anything in it. This has got a very kind of... hi, doggies. I wasn't going to fight all them. Oh, Demajen, you said you weren't going to use grenades. I know. But let's be fair, it's not like I've used a lot of grenades. Oh, the game's getting a little bit on the stuttery. Nah. Ooh. It's a bit of a cluster duck here. But also, they're kind of... I still don't actually know what that gold thing does. The gold buff that they use. Right, which way are we going from here? Again, this is beautifully designed. Ooh. And there is a chest hidden up here. Ah! There's the final... Interesting, those barrels are not flagged for being destroyable. Is there going to be one more? One more Vestal before we... Ooh. That's got a sense of almost final approach, hasn't it? Hey, are you specialist? What was that for? Perform 10 attacks affecting 3 enemies at once. I did? Another module key. We kind of don't need any more. Did I buy some? I don't recall buying any. But I may well have done. I know I bought some upgrade materials. Uh-oh. I'm wondering where... I'm wondering where that... The orangery... Oh no, we're still not at a boss. I'm wondering where that final memory is. I'm wondering if it's in a previous location and I've missed it. Because that would kind of suck. That was a terrible shot. I don't mind, because the hitboxes on them have been a little bit... been a little bit iffy. Ah, in fact, there. There is the memory. What is the purpose of this area? Well, it's probably to be historically accurate. But also... to get across here. Huh. Clearly somebody looked at the architecture and said, we could make a little jumpy puzzle out of that. Oh, and this is the shortcut back to the main... to the Vestal. That was quite the roundabout way. I don't know if there's a reason why I want to go down and kill that. Replacement lever. Ah! This is going to take us all the way back round to that broken thing right at the start. This is going to be our final memory?
Madame, the Estates General brandish the threat of rebellion. There is plotting afoot. They are stirring up the populace. Worse, they are making pacts. A number of representatives of the nobility and the clergy have taken up the cause of the Third Estate. As for my army, there is not a man among them I can trust. That is why I have made new arrangements for you. From now on, the Swiss Guard will no longer be protecting you.
Then who will, my love?
Take a look for yourself. And be assured you are in sturdier hands.
Whatever do you mean? Isn't that Lucia?
Monsieur Vaucanson's dancing doll?
C'est moi.
Appearances can be deceiving, mesdames. The Count has made extraordinary improvements to this automat.
Aegis, this is Her Majesty the Queen. You are now to serve her. Make sure no harm comes to her and obey the orders.
So what
she
has
will give.
broken the link?
Madame, I am at your service.
Patre les saints! He can speak.
This makes no sense. This is sorcery.
Make no mistake, mesdames, it is science, which will lead to the work of the Count,
It's not really science, though, is it?
and which will soon be made known to the entire world.
The Count, he is worrying. Why do those pieces on the back flutter like that? Clockmaker's Key. Achievement unlocked. Saviour. Awaken the 7 characters bound to the Titans. And also... Oh, Clockwork Key was just the thing that... Yes. Now, is there a chest or something down here? Otherwise, what is the point of you? You, sir? There is a chest down here. I was gonna say. Crafting mats? Ah, a bismuth block. Ah, do we have to go all the way? Yes, I suspect we have to go all the way back up here and over, don't we? Was there a way of opening this door down here? There was not. I guess this is called the orangery because there are oranges everywhere. Right, I'm going to head back to this Vestal. Because something tells me we are quite close to finishing off this rather entertaining title. I'm going to upgrade... Oh! I have somewhere missed a Lavoisier sublimator. Oh well, I guess we find that in New Game Plus. Although I do have a backup save, should I just wish to...
The marble courtyard is this way. Someone is expecting me. I can feel it. I must prepare for the worst.
It would be Gabrielle, I assume. Ooh. Many friends. Yes, it's over there. Let's actually deal with you first. Or not. Oops. This is going well. And blats. And then we use this lever to open this courtyard in front of us. One assumes. It's not actually a replacement lever we've used there, is it? We've just kind of... That's cool. Chateau. Courtyard. Dogs and cannons. Ground's all weird here. Not entirely sure what it's doing. Ooh, that's some popping. Essence of a revolutionary spirit. I guess. Final boss? That looks final bossy to me. That's Gabrielle, yes. She has a peacock. Slice? Ah, that tail's cool. You have nowhere... Ooh. She has a laser. And bombs, apparently. Ooh, okay. Alright, she, Tell you what. Oh, it doesn't look like she's going to, set on fire very easily, does it? Yeah. Oh, don't stand there. Getting there. Thing is, we've got so much healing. There we go. Oh. Oh, okay. So she dashy. She's spinny. She line attacky. Huh. She is very... She's very strong to elemental, it seems. Which is kind of awkward. And dash. Oh. And dash. Oh, and she's got a parry. Get out. Yeah, she's really... And dash. Titan destroyed. And orichalcum ingots from her. As expected. That would have been a really cool fight if it was just a little bit more challenging.
You struggle in vain, dancer. You're not long for this world.
I am aware. Bonjour, mon boy. Ooh, the movements.
Oh, see how the Aegis turns against its master.
What are you doing? Are we tying him up?
You are not my master, tyrant. You never were.
More emotion.
I'm quite happy to concede this point, but what about the Count?
Frame rate
Have you
screwed.
forgotten that he gave you life and whispered the order that animates you? Look how he runs, the coward. Do you understand what he has in mind?
Yes.
La pauvre enfant, sleeping so sweetly. She won't be dreaming for long now.
Yeah, the frame rate's absolutely tanking here.
Passons. Athenais! Don't move!
The time has come to set you free, Aegis. This whore's soul has poisoned your cogs for too long. Adieu, sad puppet.
No!
Why did he pause?
I don't want to die.
Athenais. The sun is rising, and you have slept for far too long. The beauty of this world longs for you, just as you long for
Why
its
did he
light,
pause? That makes no
like
sense.
The flowers that open in the morning. I know you, mon ami. We loved each other. Vous en souvient-il? You gave me your heart. So
Are we just
please,
going to let her wake up
let
anyway?
me give you mine
Oh no. Cagliostro was going to kill her.
Vive heureuse, Athenais. For it is happily that I leave this world.
But it's not over yet. Ah, clearly it is over. Wait, do we have crystal on the back of our neck? Has it always been there? Oh.
What?
Well, that sucks. I mean, we knew it was going to happen. But the king is still free and Cagliostro is still at large. Roll credits. No, not roll credits. Ending cutscene at Luxembourg, I assume.
Monsieur, we have the king. It is now up to us to wield his scepter. In this trying time, crucial decisions must be made without delay.
First and foremost, we must take back Paris.
And how do we do that, mon Dieu? There are automats everywhere.
Uh-huh.
And they are constantly regenerated by their crimes.
My strategy is the only viable solution. Monsieur Laclos'
Yes.
cannonballs filled with vitriol.
And where will we find the means to carry out your plan?
The city of Versailles is full of ateliers and shops. Moreover, as far as we have been able to see, the king's army has barely been deployed there.
And it's not like you can use me.
Around.
Very well. Now, regaining control of Paris depends on our combined efforts.
Mais ensuite, once peace has been restored, what of the kingdom?
This is indeed a crucial issue. Leaving the nation without a government would expose it to the greatest danger.
Worse, it would condemn it to civil war.
Uh-huh.
Eh bien quoi, monsieur? Can you not govern together?
Unfortunately, the disagreements that divide our assembly run far too deep.
Of course.
That which we can agree is that we have been given a chance to choose the person who shall succeed.
Everybody
the tyrant.
thinks they can do a better
I
job than the
claim
person
this
in power.
honor.
Excuse me? For what reason, je vous prie?
Enfin, simply consider the arguments for it.
Speak, Monsieur le Marquis. You have our full attention.
To begin with, I rescued the Dauphin from his father's clutches and ensured the dynasty's stability. The child will reign as Henri V. We will appoint someone with great wisdom to act as regent until he comes of age.
Is that you?
The people do not need a crowned puppet.
Yes, they do. Now more than ever before. Once the Assembly has adopted a constitution, the people will welcome a sovereign who will protect it.
Uh-huh.
A king and a constitution. Like oil and water.
No, not
Go on,
necessarily.
Monsieur le Marquis.
I have the gunpowder that the king had seized. With it, I shall ensure the security of the kingdom within and beyond its borders.
How can we be sure that you will not use it to oppress the people, or to embark on some foolhardy conquest? We know your ambitions, Monsieur le Marquis.
And you wrongly accuse me. I have never, in my entire life, done anything that was not to further the cause of freedom. Do you forget that in America I helped overthrow the English?
Those damned
Of course
Brits.
not, mon ami. Who could forget that ruinous adventure?
You are quick to condemn men of action, provincial lawyer that you are. Monsieur, I rest my case.
Very well. Monsieur, we must now make our decision. May each of us respect this decision and set aside our personal interests for the sake of peace.
I kind of assumed that Robespierre versus Lafayette is kind of
Marquis de Lafayette.
what we've been working towards. Royalist achievement unlocked. So that's putting somewhere. That's putting George V, was it? Henry V, whoever it was, on the throne. Louis XVI is about to be decapitated. His wife dies. Is it 6 months later? Something like that.
The court bows before the Marquis de Lafayette, lieutenant général du royaume.
Louis de Bourbon, former king of France, in the name of King
Henri.
fifth of his name, in light of the innumerable crimes of which you have been found guilty.
Well, yes.
This extraordinary royal court sentences you to the ultimate atonement. The sentence will be carried out on the hour. In its great mercy, the court will now hear your last words.
Censure.
My loyal subject. Since you must lead a lamb to the altar, since you must offer a sacrifice to this new France that you intend to found, I will be that sacrifice.
Good for you.
How dreadful this world is, where beauty is doomed to fade and flesh decays. I found no consolation in this world. I vainly thought I was giving our souls the gift of immortality beyond our The Grim Reaper was my sworn enemy. Influenced by the most awful of men, I believed that the genius of machinery could overcome death itself.
That's
Alas,
a stretch.
And I'm branded with a mark of murderer.
That blood wouldn't be that red.
More than the crown was heavy for me to bear. I have suffered too long under the thumb of nature, which I despised. As a child, I saw my older brother die. I lost my father in the prime of his life, and then my mother, who was even younger. My beloved.
I need to look at the voice actors, because again, this guy's voice sounds familiar.
My son, the first of my heirs. I unknowingly gave him to drink from a poisoned cup. I mourn the death of these poor souls daily.
I wonder how close this is to his actual death speech.
Unite us of this, I am certain. For I, in my misery, have lost the support of my faith. So, executioner, lay me down on this board, Vatu. I will sleep now. Sleep at last, and not to dream.
And it is a quick way to go. Jeez. I mean, it's quick, but dear Lord, it's terrifying. Ugh. Steelrising. Spiders. So, it is done. I really enjoyed that. Certainly not the most difficult or challenging of Souls-likes. I do feel it could have been amped up a bit. The issues, so to speak, is that the variety of enemies. There were, you know, a good number of enemies and enemy types, but because they were the same from kind of the start to the end of the game. It's the same kind of issue Thymesia had, actually, in the sense that, yeah, once you learn the enemy's moves towards the start of the game, it was not particularly difficult to defeat them towards the end of the game. The ball and chain guys were the hardest because they actually did evolve their movesets. All of the movesets did change ever so slightly, but not enough, I don't think. You know, the different elemental types didn't make a huge amount of difference because, again, engineering as a stat kind of trivialized a lot. You know, it didn't take all that long to get it going either. By the time I got to like 10 points in engineering, things were starting to freeze really, really quickly, and we got a lot of resistance to elements, and therefore a lot of what the enemies could do was kind of nullified, realistically. But the game did feel quite challenging at the start because of our lack of stats. And yeah, it's an interesting one. It's kind of like you had to get through a reasonable challenge to get to something that was more plain sailing. And I do wonder what it would be like if I had swapped what I was going to about however many hours in and redone it as kind of like a dancer or something that was purely kind of physical damage based. focusing on agility and crits and this, that, and the other, which I suspect I'll probably do for another playthrough, unless I wait until they put New Game Plus in and just keep on playing through on this character. I'm interested to see how they will do New Game Plus, but I definitely feel that there are two main areas that the game needs improvement on: balance and performance. The performance wasn't great. I mean, in that final cut scene, I know it was in engine, but it was a cut scene. You had full control over everything that was in that scene asset-wise, and yet running down that corridor towards the end ran really badly. I'm lucky in the sense that I've got a fairly decent PC. David Annan? No, I don't actually recognise any of these names. Maybe I should do. I don't know. Nick Bolton. Don't know. I should probably look those names up. For what it was, Steelrising is a substantial, there's plenty of stuff to do in it, adventure with some light Souls-like combats. It's got the Souls-like system with the Nioh kind of key spam, key burst, whatever it's called, system. It's got some interesting kind of Metroid-y traversal options, which can be used in combats. Its maps are large. Those maps are substantial, or they feel substantial to get around. Maybe to a fault, possibly, because they are so big, and because you don't have a map to go with them, it kind of felt difficult to navigate. When you're going through them for the very first time, or when you're going there with an actual quest that you can use the compass to kind of point you in the right direction for, that was fine. But going back there and trying to find things was a little bit trickier, in my opinion, than perhaps it needed to be. But I don't know what they could do about that. Without really kind of changing the nature of the maps. I'd really like to see, actually, kind of an aerial view of some of these zones, just to see how big they actually are. I'd also like to know how close to the actual areas in Paris, these, 18th century Paris, these zones are. Are they modelled after the real life locations, or is it simply an inspired by? They've got some key landmarks and they've built the rest of the game around it. Testing peoples. But yeah, balance definitely needs work. I just think, I feel like the enemies need to be made more challenging. Yeah, and that's not me being a good Souls toxic elitist guy. I am not good at these games, and yet I did kind of breeze through the second half, probably, of this experience. So, yeah. Now, to the best of my understanding, if I hit continue now, for the moment, this is just going to take me to the credits. It's not going to allow us to explore the world or anything. Yes, you'll notice it did actually load us in there, but the game isn't set up at the moment for continuing onwards. 26 hours to get to that point for a fairly exhaustive, I would say, first playthrough of the game that I really enjoyed. not the most challenging Souls-like. I would put it as a fun adventure, because obviously I value exploration and story. I would argue that this is better than both Thymesia and Mortal Shell, which are the other kind of AA/indie Souls-likes. Obviously, this has a bigger team than either of those two. Don't know how many people made this, but I'm pretty certain it was at least double of the kind of 7 or so people that made Thymesia, and was it 15 maybe that made Mortal Shell? Or was it 11? Possibly. No, 11 might have been Hellpoints, and only one of them was a programmer, if I remember correctly. Hellpoint was a massive game. The combat in this feels better than Hellpoint's. But Hellpoint, I would argue, was very janky, especially that kind of double boss towards the start of the game. The difficulty curve in this was a bit whack. You know, I'm not going to sugarcoat that. Graphically, this was impressive, but with some fairly significant performance issues to go with it. The environments were nicely realised, quite atmospheric. The fire effects were nicely done. Generally, I just enjoyed the game. You know, it seems like there's a lot of potential for different builds and replayability, and I know there's going to be a new area put in for DLC and stuff like that. New side quests could be added. A good kind of middle of the road to on the slightly better side Souls experience. If I was to give it like a tier rating, I'd say this is very much kind of C to B tier, maybe. But I'd have to compare, because I haven't done the tier list video of Souls and Souls-like games that I was thinking about in the first episode, because I've been too busy playing this. I was going to get this finished before I put that together. Look out for that at some point in the future. How long it'll take me to put it together, if and when I'll put it together, don't know. But for now, mes amis, again, I don't know if that's correct. Mon ami, mes amis, my friends. Again, not a French speaker. I just like the sound of the language, because I'm a dirty, dirty Brit. Until next time, my friends, thank you very much for watching, for supporting. If you have enjoyed the video and the series, let me know. If you'd like to see more at a later date, let me know. If you happen to know why I didn't get that achievement about the Queen, let me know. I think I must have missed something. And I'm also intrigued as to where that other catalyst bit was, because I thought I'd found them all. Clearly not. I'm now going to go and take a look at the trophy guides, which I know are out, and see if I can find out some more about why I didn't get the unlock for that all outfits achievement. Because clearly there's an outfit or something that we have missed. Don't know. Have yourselves a fabulous day. Like, subscribe, comment below, feed the algorithm, and I'll catch you all in the next video / series, whatever that may be. Enjoy your days, folks. Cheerio!
Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, why not click the like button and consider subscribing. Remember, you can ring the bell notification icon to get notified when new videos go live. And until next time, cheerio.